Hello YouTube, and welcome to the first day of the Halo Wars 2 Blitz beta. So today I'm just going to bring you some quick gameplay and just an overall playthrough of how I managed to win this game. I'm just going to be sharing my thought processes and my strategy to win this game. So right off the bat, you spawn with 2 ODST units and a Nightingale. And so the main objective of this game is to capture zones, and if you have more than 2, you'll score points. If you have 1, you won't score points. And the way you spawn units in is with these play cards right here in the bottom middle. And to spawn units, you need these power or energy, and that purple icon in the bottom right corner, that kind of looks like a nuclear symbol, that's how much energy you have, and it goes up. And on the map, there's special canisters that spawn on the map that will also that contain energy. So right now my Warthog is engaging that canister, and it contains energy. And if I destroy it, I could grab the energy from that canister, and my energy count goes up. And also how much energy I get over time goes up as well. So also important is that you need ground units to collect that energy. Only air units can't collect it. So I see my Warthog just collected all that energy right there. So right now I have captured Zone A with my units. And right now my opponent has 2 objectives, or 2 zones. So he's getting points and I'm not. So I have to go and capture a point real quickly. But I see he has quite a big army composition, so I'm just waiting to build up my army real fast. And I see a couple of his units left, so I'm going to engage now. Now I do notice that he does have flamethrowers, so I know my ground infantry units are going to take lots of damage, but I'm going to use my Warthog to slam into those flamethrowers, and I see I just decimate them completely. So now my ground units are just free to engage the other ground units. However, there is an artillery unit on the other side there, and it's causing me quite a bit of damage, but luckily those Nightingales, which I have 2, are just completely repairing my units. And I managed to capture the zone too, since he had no other units on there. So if only your units are in the zone, then you take it right away, and there's no issue. Now on my minimap, I see that he's sending units over to take it, and I don't want that to happen. For some reason though, he pulls his units back. I don't know why, but then he pulls them back again, but unfortunately they run into my units and I just completely decimate his ODST group right there. And that artillery is still causing me quite a bit of damage, but I'm able to, take that damage because of those 2 Nightingales. Those Nightingales are really important for absorbing damage. Now I am engaging right here. I do pull back because he does have a tank there, and that tank is just going to chew up my infantry units, along with that artillery unit too. I'm just taking too much damage there. I won't be able to win that. Now I do see that he does throw a unit in there to try and take it, but I contest it. He does get it in the end because his unit was last on there, but I go back again and just start attacking that unit. And my Wolverine is doing considerable damage to that Nightingale. So there, I take it. Now I do spawn in my own artillery unit there, so hopefully that will help me out. And there he takes in Zone B again. But my artillery unit is getting set up, and it's going to fire upon those units that are in the zone. So it's already firing at those units right there. Now another energy energy canister spawned right there, so I'm going to send in some ODSTs to take that. Now he is engaging my units right here. Now there's a big problem. He has a Cyclops in his group right there, and Cyclops do immense damage to vehicle units. So he's just doing damage to my artillery unit right there, and I'm probably going to use it or lose it. So my ODSTs come up through the rear right here, and I'm going to engage that tank with those ODST units. Now I take a lot of damage right there with his archer missiles. My units were just caught up right there.
Let's go.
And that Cyclops is still just doing lots of damage to my vehicle units. So I lose all my vehicle units right there, except for my Scorpion up right there. So I focus fire on that Cyclops just to take it out and save my tank right there. So I bring back my ODSTs. Luckily the ODST units have a charge or explosive charge ability to destroy vehicles. If you get quite a few of them to focus on one vehicle and use those explosive charges, it'll take it out pretty quickly. So there I send over my tank to collect another canister right there, because I really need the energy to build up my army back again, because that was a costly engagement. So I have a Hornet and 2 Nightingales, so I'm doing pretty well right now building back up my army. And I see right there he is using an air unit to collect or to destroy that canister, but air units cannot collect energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and steal the energy that he broke open, since he is not sending over any land units to collect that energy. And that's a very costly move on his part. So he took B once again, so he's now getting more points than I am. So I collect his energy and I'm able to spawn in a few more units now. And my energy counter goes up too. So now he has 2 artillery units, so now that's going to be an issue, so I'm just going to charge straight in right there. I do have a big enough army so that damage is spread out. I focused fire on those flamethrowers because I don't want my ground units to take damage. Now I call in my own archer missile strike, so I could destroy those vehicles or do lots of damage on them. So I do quite a bit of damage on those vehicles right there. Now they're severely weakened, and I'm just going in and just mopping them up. So my ODSTs are throwing in explosive charges on those tanks, and boom, they die, along with artillery unit 2. And I take down his Nightingale, so he has no healing capabilities now. So now I'm throwing down a few ODSTs, because I know there is another canister with energy, so I'm going to collect that right over there. Now he has total control right now, so I'm at a disadvantage, and he has quite a bit of a lead, but my army composition is way better, so I'm just going to start collecting, or capturing these zones now. So it does look pretty scary at first. So I'm spawning in a Cyclops right there for anti-vehicle damage. There I get more energy right there. And I'm going to send in my ODSTs to capture that point. So now I should be gaining more points than he is. So now A and B are primarily the points you want to focus on, just because there is a big gap between B and C, and it's hard to move your units through those gaps right there. It's harder for your units to get across that. But right now I just have C because I have no other choice. I would have lost the game if I didn't take C. And right now I'm just spawning units on C just to get better defenses right there. Now he doesn't have that strong of an army composition as of yet because I decimated his army back there with artillery units. Now he chooses to engage right here. And I engage as well, but I see that he's going to shoot some archer missiles, so I try and move back, but unfortunately I get lots of damage right there to my units. But thankfully, because of those 2 Nightingales, I completely recharge the health of my units pretty fast, and I just decimate his army once again. So he doesn't have very good army composition right now, and he can't attack me pretty much. And right here on C, I'm just building up my defenses with units slowly. And those Nightingales are really important. You do not really want to use those Nightingales ever. Especially if you have 2 of them, because all my units right now are just getting repaired easily. So now I see that he's building up his army once again, and it seems that he's going to try and attack C to get that from me. If he was smart, he would have attacked B, because B would have been the better choice, but obviously he probably doesn't have the army composition to attack B. Because I just have so many units on. He probably sees that C is the weakest zone that I have right now. So right now I'm just trying to spawn in some extra units on C so I could take the brunt of his forces right there. So he's calling in air and artillery to counter my infantry, and he has a tank to counter my infantry, and those 2 air units, his Hornets, those will take out my my vehicles pretty fast too. Spawn in a Warthog, so I'm just trying to pass the time right now to save this zone right here. But he calls in some more ground units right there, so I realize that I'm going to lose C. And the game is pretty close to being won right now, so I just move my units from B to A. And moving from B to A is very fast. You know, you don't have to worry about your units taking a long time. Now going from B to C, that takes a longer time. So I lose C. I don't mind losing C at this point. Now I just have to defend Zone B long enough. So now my army has moved into Zone A. I captured it, so I'm still gaining points right now. And right now he's just ran out of time. He has no other way to win, and I'm just gonna win the game right now. And victory, easy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this playthrough and just my quick strategies. I'm still new at the game, so I still need some more time to develop my strategies and all that. But as you see right here in this overview, I collected way more energy than he did. You know, I stole some of his energy too. So yeah, and we're quite equal on zone captures too. So thank you for watching, and Zero out. See you on the digital battlefield.